Oh my gosh, so much is happening. Oh hey, welcome to another episode of The Dumbest Thing I've Ever Done. I'm Nicola Foti, you're watching Soundly Awake. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've been here, thanks for coming back. Today's video is sponsored by PremiumJane.com. Get CBD products delivered straight to your door with free shipping to all 50 states. How does that song go? Alabama, Arkansas, I don't know why they never taught us that in my school, but I feel like everyone else learned the song. Anyway, you know the 50 states. Whether you're new to CBD or you're a cannabidiol connoisseur, Premium Jane is your one-stop shop for all things CBD. And if you're like, what is CBD? Let me tell you. CBD is an acronym for cannabidiol, a prominent naturally occurring class of molecules called cannabinoids found in the plant genus Cannabis sativa L. CBD is a non-psychoactive component of the plant that possesses a wide range of benefits and does not cause a high, unlike THC. Our bodies are made up of an endocannabinoid system that uses naturally occurring cannabinoids to maintain healthy cells. Also, if you're wondering, CBD is completely legal. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be able to promote it in this video. If you want to learn more, please visit PremiumJane.com and go to their FAQ section, or look it up on the rest of the internet. And if you do decide to purchase something from PremiumJane.com, please use the code Nicola, which is my name, for 20% off your order. Hello? It's like a no-brainer, you know? It's like, oh, it's free shipping and now you get a 20% off code. Like, it comes straight to you don't have to leave your house. Am I like communicating all of this correctly? Thank you to Premium Jane for sponsoring this video, and now, onto the dumb things we do. I was around 8 or so and waiting on the bus. It was winter in Michigan, so you know it was cold. All the kids were hanging out on the frozen over river. I decided that I was going to be cool and walk further down to where the ice was less opaque. I fell through the ice. Here's a little story here. Where I went to high school. My high school in Middlesex, New Jersey was surrounded by woods. So on some days, when me and my group of walking home friends decided to be adventurous, we would walk through the woods to, wherever we're going. If we lived in the same direction, obviously we would go in the same direction until we had to part. And there is like a creek or like a watch her way of sorts, running through the woods, and it was frozen over, or at least it seemed to be. There were maybe 5 of us, and one of our friends, we were crossing the river, we all made it. We're like, this is great. We're having an adventure. We're walking home in the winter, snow and ice, and surviving out here in these streets. Yeah, no, he fell in with his backpack, and he was just like a turtle, just like sunk in the icy river. And I don't know if you know this about ice water, but it's cold. And we were in the middle of the woods. We couldn't go anywhere, so the only thing he could do is keep walking. And I don't know how he didn't get hypothermia, but he survived. I don't even think he got sick, because from what I could remember, he was in school the next day, just, chilling. Ooh, wrong use of words. Tin. You're probably not watching this, but if you're watching this, you were okay, right? Oh my God, this is perfect. I did not even, okay. So if you didn't know, I'm going in order from comments left on like episode 1 from The Dumbest Thing I've Ever Done, just, working my way up to present. So this is currently, I'm reading from episode 6. And what's so funny about this is, oh wait, I have to burp. Are you gonna? All right, she's not coming up. You just gonna stay down there? All right. Anyway, what's so funny about this is this video is sponsored by like marijuana. I mean CBD, it comes from the marijuana plant. So this video is sponsored by it, and in this video I asked specifically if I should make specific videos on the dumbest things I've ever done high and the dumbest things I've ever done drunk. But I think we might come across some just by chance, because this happens to be a video where I asked for it in this episode. And how funny is it that it's sponsored by weed? Amazing. This is not a story, but just, listen to this. Creamer Oats said, LOL, thanks so much, and I may need counseling before sharing my dumbest high moments. I know that CBD doesn't get you high, right? But it's still funny that like this is a video where I asked for high stories, and then this video where I'm reading the comments from that video is sponsored by cbdpremiumjane.com. All right, you know what I'm saying. I don't need to further extrapolate. The whole dumbest thing I've ever done drunk made me think about my 18th birthday. I live in Australia, that's the legal drinking age here. My sister wanted to take me out for my first alcoholic beverage, so we went to a bar in the city, ordered apple ciders, and sat down. People started dancing to the very loud music and my anxiety was starting up, so instead of telling my sister that I was feeling anxious and wanted to leave without finishing my drink, I decided to chug the rest of it, and then we both left. I made it a block and a half down the road before feeling sick to my stomach and belching so loud there was a 4-lane street beside us and the people on the other side looked over to see what the noise was. Also, I was drinking an empty stomach. This is such like a, I don't know how there's such a coalescence of content streams in this video. Like, how is there just like a meeting of the minds? How am I reading comments from the video where I asked for specific, can I talk? I'm not drunk. Specific high and drunk dumb moment stories in a video that's sponsored. Listen, I know it's not completely related, but listen, CBD and THC comes from the same plant. To then go to a story where I was just about to burp and I couldn't. And then I read a comment about a boisterous boom of a belch that you had. And I think we're psychic, guys. I think this is now a psychic channel. Also, please eat if you're gonna drink. And drink water. Oh my gosh. Drink water in between every beverage, the alcoholic beverage that you have. Just a tip. All right, in elementary school, my BFF and I were gymnasts, so we made routines in her room, using her bed, like flipping on and off it. After she got her trampoline, we stopped doing them as much, so several months passed between our next routines. I must have grown a lot because I did a dive roll onto her bed and my heels went straight through her wall. I just yelled the word straight so loud into my courtyard of my apartment complex that someone probably thinks I am celebrating straight pride. Your heels went straight through her wall. Let me try to ASMR this down a little bit. Straight! And oh no, no, Henny. This was not just drywall. This was 1910 house with cement and thick paint. I still left 2 heel-shaped holes in her wall. We covered them with horse posters for 2 years before I was outed. That is amazing. This comment has 21 thumbs up. Oh my gosh. I am so happy. I think my favorite, oh gosh, if the heels through the wall weren't my favorite moment, the covering it up with horse posters. Oh, these holes, oh no, these aren't holes. This is, here, just, everything's good. Finger lip girl here, and I remember another stupid thing I've done. Oh, listen, if you've already sent in stories and you thought of another one, leave another comment. We are not against repeat offenders here. I was walking with 2 friends down a hallway which was going to get narrower at some point. I took note of this, promptly forgot it, then walked face first into the edge between the wide walls and the narrow walls. I'd ask you to kill me, but I'm pretty sure I'll do that by accident too one day. Same. Absolutely 100% same. I am so clumsy. Do you know how many times I've almost walked into, or probably have walked into like telephone poles or trees or just things that jump in the way, you know? How'd that get there? Kind of moments. It's so much easier to blame a wall than yourself, you know? Who needs accountability for oneself when we got walls jumping out? I've done the trying to get into another person's car thing several times, but once the car was actually unlocked. So naturally I got in and sat down. I then looked over the passenger seat and see giant construction boots that definitely didn't belong to a 5'0" little girl. That's when it hit me, I'm sitting in someone else's car. If anyone has a story where you accidentally get into someone else's car and there's someone already in it, I gotta know it. Please leave it in the comments, I gotta. Cause I know that's happened, cause I've almost done it myself. and we gotta hear these stories for the culture. Speaking of cars, one time I opened a car door into my face and gave myself a black eye. Yep, I'd say that was pretty dumb. I slammed my ear getting into a car so hard once that my ear was ringing for an undetermined amount of time and bruised. Like, my ear hurt. I didn't even know you could bruise ears. She was also bright red, you know, just like a beacon, just glowing. And this was before I had, you know, built-in ear cushions. I know I posted one last week, but this one is better. It is welcome. So when AIM, Yahoo Chat, and MSN Chat was a thing, I was 18. So of course my username was something that had to showcase the most defining part of me at that age, which was being a hardcore straight edge punk chick. So my username was XXX Hardcore XXX. I got banned left and right. I couldn't figure it out. I mean, they were obviously just hating on my chosen straight edge lifestyle and love of hardcore punk, right? So fast forward to my first real job, still at 18, and my boss was getting us all personalized business cards with our work and personal email addresses. I write mine down. He laughs. Actually, laughs is not even accurate. He guffawed like a drunk Santa. Let's try it. Oh my gosh, that reminds me of my grandpa. When my grandpa would get into a laughing fit of something he thought was like otherworldly funny, like the time I took a dump on the floor. I'm gonna tell that story soon. Don't worry about it. Delete, delete, delete. You'll hear it when you hear it. But like, he made that sound. It was like a ho 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 with a dough in the beginning. It was like no, no. Oh my gosh, I miss that laugh so much. He also laughed that way a lot while watching Hanging with Mr. Cooper. I don't know if anyone remembers that show, but I do. What a wonderful screen name. You know what dumb screen name I had as a teenager? Soundly Awake. When I was 16 or so, I was out biking at night with no headlight. I mean, I could just stop right there, right? Yes, you could. This already sounds incredibly unsafe. But I was also drunk. I was biking through a subdivision that was still being constructed. Why does this get worse with every sentence? What are you doing to me? I suddenly flipped over my handlebars when I hit a branch that I couldn't see, which was just laying in the middle of the still unused road. My left hand was bleeding from the knuckles, but the nice ladies at a gas station nearby put peroxide on it for me. Hey, maybe lucky me, the drunk was a little bit of a painkiller. This one hurts. I can't even laugh at this one. It pains me. I physically feel it. I do so many dumb things, but one that I just thought of was one time I had hot chocolate one morning and burned my mouth so bad that I told myself I was going to wait for things to cool down before putting them in my mouth. Later that day, I went out to dinner with my family and was so hungry when my meal finally came, I just dug in and proceeded to burn my mouth once again. Even worse than the first time, I couldn't taste curly for 2 weeks. I hate burning my mouth, and it's one of my least favorite things to do because I love eating and I love tasting things. And one of the worst things that could happen is if you burn your mouth, my mouth, it's watering because I'm thinking about food. Imagine you're sitting down, just think of like your favorite meal, you know, the best meal, you can't wait to dive in, you know, you could just dive into it just face first, just start nom-nomming, you know, mac and cheese. That's the only thing that's coming to mind. Maybe I really want mac and cheese, but you get my point. You take the first bite eagerly, because you want it in your mouth so bad, and then you burn it on the first bite, and the rest of the meal, you can't taste, you can't savor, you cannot enjoy the gift that was bestowed upon you by the chef of the eve. No, sir, that is, you know what, if you're into torture and torturing people, that's a way to do it. That's a way to do it. I was having a quiet evening alone in my apartment. I was scrapbooking in only my bathrobe, as one does. To open my cedar chest, which I use as a coffee table, I set the candle on the floor. As I was digging into the cedar chest, the side of my body began to feel very warm. I thought, it's hot in here, and I kept digging. Then it felt very hot. Immediately I realized my bathrobe had caught fire from the candle on the floor. I threw off my robe and stood naked and relieved in front of the window in my second-floor city apartment. And yes, I'm also the one who drove off with the gas hose in her car. I had forgotten that bathrobe one until just now. See? Self-protection. Blocked it out. Fabulous. We shifted gears in the middle of that story. I hope you appreciated it. I'm just happy you didn't burn down. I'm happy you didn't burn down. I'm happy the apartment didn't burn down, the building, the block, the state, the nation, you know, we'll go all the way up to the earth. I'm happy the earth didn't explode that day. And you're still here to tell the story. Once when I almost read that as once when I was my mom. I almost read this as once when I was my mom. And I don't know where, what would that have, hold on. When I was my mom, we gotta write that down into a story. How does one, what's a sci-fi movie where you were your mom once? Oh my God, Freaky Friday. It already happened. There it is. Once when I was little, my mom was getting out of the car, and before she closed the door, I moved my hand to the opening. So when she closed the door, oh, I hate the car ones. I feel it already. When she closed the door, I would prank her that she smushed my finger. Well, I pranked myself because I put my hand in the perfect spot and she got me good. She felt so bad, she got me ice cream. Pretty dumb LOL. Ooh, pretty dumb ouch. But you know, we've all been there. When a prank goes wrong, okay, I think that's all we have time for today. My camera's dying again. Thanks again to Premium Jane for sponsoring this video. Being a resident of California, you know, she's known a long time about CBD and just, you know, weed in general. Yeah, she just got experience. Bringing the benefits of CBD to all 50 states. PremiumJane.com. Use the code Nicola for 20% off and free shipping. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to check out my Patreon for more clips that didn't make it into this video and all videos prior, you know, the link is in the description box. There's different tiers for different stuff. You know, we got secrets. There's just stuff going on that you might be missing. I'm Nicola Foti. You can find me most places soundlyawake. Please follow me on social media because I'm not always on YouTube. You know, sometimes I'm saying stupid stuff on Twitter or posting dumb pictures of my face on Instagram. I have too much energy right now and I really need to tone it down. So I gotta go. All right, so thanks for watching. You are a gem. And I'll see you in a few days with a new video.